Hello. In the beginning there was darkness, so let's bring a bit of light. And we'll come to a symbol, the Fleur de Lys. I'm sure most of you have seen it. And sorry about the camera shaking. I'm on a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, so I may burst out into laughter at some point. So please excuse me. I have the delights of getting over a cold, which is actually a good thing. It's a cleansing process. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the topic here. The Fleur de Lys, the flower of life, the flower of lies. What does a Fleur de Lys symbolize? Now this, as far as I know, nobody has put this together quite like this. I've certainly not seen anything, but do correct me if different. No one is infallible. Anyway, so what I can present to you straight away is the facts. And what I mean by facts is just doing a quick Google search, and this is what came up. One moment. Right, yes, what does a fleur de lys symbolize? Traditionally, it has been used to represent French royalty, and in that sense, it is said to signify perfection, light, and life. Legend has it that an angel presented Clovis, the Merovingian king of the Franks, with a golden lily or iris, as a symbol of his purification upon his conversion to Christianity. Let's just pick out the key words. Legend. Well, it's the leg end. You're getting the physical outplay end, because you have two things in this duality reality realm. You have the pattern, and then you have the material. It's basically imagination creates reality. From a thought that is created, it becomes an objective fact. So it is a leg end side of things. So it says the legend has it that an angel, so it's an angle, and that's what these letters are. They're just angles. If you think on the engravings on a headstone, if you compare at different times of the day how the shadows will bring out the letters, that's why it is an angle of light, an angel of light, on this phonetic language called English in particular. But it applies to all the phonetic languages. I'm sorry, I've digressed again. Anyway, so the I can't even say the word. The king of the Franks. Well, Frank, it's frank, it's being forthright. You need to internalize all these words. So the king of Franks was presented with a golden lily or iris. So what else is an iris? It's an eye. That is exactly what this is talking about. I, you and I. So it's a symbol of purification upon his conversion to Christianity. Well, this is about finding the light within oneself. Now, the lily's symbolic meaning, again, this is all from just a quick Google search. Purity and fertility. The sweet and innocent beauty of the lily flower has given it the association of fresh life and rebirth. But lilies also represent grief and mourning. They are one of the most popular flowers at funerals in the United States and are often seen as sympathy flowers. According to some interpretations, lilies symbolize death because they represent the moment when the soul departs the body. The lily is a flower most commonly associated with funeral services, or they have come to represent the soul of the deceased returning to a place of peace. Since the times of ancient Greeks and Romans, lilies have been associated with purity and innocence. So we've got two, from the Google search, we have two different things going on here. You've got the lily symbolizing life, birth. You also have it symbolizing death. Bit of a conflict when it says about an angel presenting Clovis a golden lily, but it's also saying about it going back to the time of ancient Greeks and Romans. Make of it what you will. But this speaks volumes. What have we got here? Can you see the parting of the seas, the two hemispheres? Can you see like a bishop's hat? Can you see a playing card symbol, like a black diamond? Can you see it consists of 7 parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's pull up another symbol here. Get it to stay right on the page. The cannabis leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again. But hold on a minute. This cannabis leaf is pointing downwards. That is because it is what is coming into you from the plant. When it opens things up inside you, it's what the ancient shaman the shaman in the rainforest talk about when the plants tell them where the chlorophyll synchronizes between plant and human body and all is revealed. Seek the kingdom within and all will be revealed. This is a way of doing it. It is 7 coming in 1 within you. But again, you have the same symbol here. But this expresses far more than that. This expresses the spiritual journey. If you think of this part, the thing that holds it all together as the body, it is also the heart center. What you've basically got here, there's a saying about to know everything is to know nothing, or to know nothing is to know everything. Now you have your conscious hemisphere and your subconscious hemispheres of the mind. Now there's 2 parts that have limitations. One is fear, that will part and will only go so far. A prime example of this would be if you were involved in a car crash and you went through the windscreen and you would wake up, find yourself in hospital with no recollection of the event. The mind will shut off from anything horrific. Abuse victims will also talk about this, how they will detach. So fear has a limit to it. This is also what Michael Harrell talks about in Language Lessons of the Heart. So from all those perspectives, you can see that fear has limitations and you can go beyond that. Now the other side, the other polarity, which is no different, its opposite, is the intellect. Because that will only take you so far. It is when you part the red and cross the Red Seas. What you've actually got here, this is the angel that is coming down. It is also, I gave it to you as a drawing, the Grim Reaper, the splitting down to the right down to the base of the spine to find that seed, that Christ consciousness, to see if it has flowered. I go back to the other drawing again, and as usual I haven't made here we are, didn't put a bookmark in. How far we got up to? Nearly 10 minutes, right. So what else have you got been expressed here? You've got your 7 chakras basically. you've got your 3 upper, and it's letting go of these 2 to allow this one to flower. It's heart-centered. Now you've got your 3 lower chakra, your lower consciousness down here. It's heart-centered, but it's a flower of lies, because it is only giving you half the story, because basically what you've got here, you've got basically an earthing plane. And you've basically got the principle of the magnet. Now these lower vibration, lower consciousness, these mortal, lower mind aspects don't travel so far because they won't take you so far. But these ones, the upper ones above the heart center, will take you further. But can you see the bishop's hat being expressed? Think of the chess piece in this. You've also got a black diamond. You've also got an X and an I, because as True Love Channel has shown, we are in the IXXI trauma center. Now, how can we be in the IXXI trauma center, and yet all we have here is an I and an X? Well, this is where you turn inward on yourself. Have you not got 2 eyes? So each eye is seeing this. But of course, just like this, it also expresses the optic nerve meets between the 2 eyes in the middle. This is the dielectric as well. This is the magnetism. This is from our heart center, from which everything comes out. One moment. Right, apologies, have to keep stopping because this sort of expulsion of mucus from the body means I have to keep stopping and blowing my nose. So you've also got this being expressed here. Try and get that level. So compare the 2 symbols, because this is all I can do in this duality reality, is I can give you cross comparison of things to show the same thing. And it's quite amusing what comes out of it. But anyway, as you can see, you've got your 2 toroidal fields, which are expressed in the apple, and you have the stalk. Because think about how an apple is formed. It comes from a tree, which then flowers, which then produces the fruit. Exactly the same principle of when we talk about God and man. But here's the ironic thing. What you're actually searching for is no thing, not a thing. You cannot see God, the Creator. All you can see is the phenomenon. I mean, a perfect example would be if you were to take the apple and go right down and break the seed open and try and find what's right in the middle of it. Same with the tree. Where is its source of life? Where does it come from? So this Fleur de Lys expresses far more than it would first appear. But perhaps you can also see in this, you've got basically the shape of a heart, you have the shape of a diamond, you have the shape of the club, you have the shape of the spade as well. Let's give another, just show these on here. So there's your King of Hearts. Where's the other one's gone? This has gone wrong, one moment. And we're back. So, hearts. There's your hearts. There's the club. There's the diamond. There's the diamond symbol. And there's the spade, which of course is all expressed in that symbol. If you compare So you also see, look at his hat. Again, compare. But what do I know? Here I am. This is me. Say what you see. Strike the screen, as on that program catchphrase. Strike the screen so you pause it. And just have a think about this. What do you see? Because it tells you who I am. I'll tell you the answer. I'm a forking joker. Just my little joke. But at 6 foot and weighing 144 pounds, I look like a bit like a stick insect. And they always cast me as the prop. I always get the part as the prop. Sorry, I've sort of lapsed into a bit of Bug's life there. But I wanted to inject some humour into this, because if we're going to have anything injected, I can't think of anything better than it being humour. Oh dear, I've lost my way here. So let's get back on track, as it were. So the Fleur de Lys, it's a flower. So Lys, it's L-Is. It's showing you the external. You have to go for the deeper meaning. So the L-Is are the lies. But think also about the app, because we're not that different from devices. They are based on us. If you think about it, your cell phone or tablet will have a solid physical body, but there's a lot of things going on inside that you can't see. Anyway, so the app L, which is expressed in that symbol, it's also expressing magnetism and the cannabis leaf, and of course the chakra system, because you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the seventh being right in the middle here. What you're actually looking for, like I say, is nothing. It's no thing. You can't see it. It is. This is where this is a beautiful way of opening up the mind. So you can part these two and find this, move to the higher realms, as it were, within oneself, and find that basically it's like the eye of a storm. You see the phenomenon, you see the external outplay, you see the magnetism, but you don't see the dielectric, you don't see the source of it. It cannot be seen because it is everything and nothing. And it resides within you, right in the center of your heart. So I wonder how many picked up on the different things in this. When you see, well, think about the word see. So we say sees because you have two eyes, so it's plural. With the physical eyes, you sees. There's also the seas, and we could go off on a tangent about maritime law and everything, but that's a separate topic in itself. And then there's also the seas. Because if you're tied and held in this lower loop, you'll never find that you need to let go of these two, the fear and the intellect, to allow the D, the dielectric. I mean, is it any coincidence that the Fleur de Lys, the DE from the French, is the or the in English? As I've said many times before, the T with the H together is a phonetic symbolism that is expressing that you are the creator in a human form. Let me put it another way. Hold on. So I get this right. Let's take I am. because that is who you are. You can't point to anything outside of yourself and say, I am. You can't say, I am a tree, for example. But what happens when we combine all this together? It's quite magical what comes out of it. But of course, I have to be careful how I draw it so it comes out right. But bear with me, and this will make sense. So we take the M. Now we take the A. Now can you see the IXXI? Can you also see the earthing plane? Now what if I add I to it in that diamond? And you wonder why you're in a realm of duality. This is just an experience. It's just perspectives. It's on how you see things and what is revealed to you. I mean, from a personal experience, what has been revealed to me is just this. And this fruitless search for nothing. Because you are the eye of that storm. You have this background scene which just plays out. You come into this scene, which is on a time limit, in which to play. But of course it's been hijacked, just like the symbolism. But if you can find the deeper meaning in these things, it is all revealed. So hopefully that has given you something else to think about, to internalize, to weigh up inside yourself. Because notice also with this symbol, although I've not drawn it very well, but it is actually balanced. But it half shows the X, the I, the playing card symbols, the joke, the jester's hat, the lot. It's got everything in it. The trinities, the upper and the lower, the earthing plane, magnetism. It's all encoded. It just depends on what you see and how you see it. Make of it what you will, this information. I'm just sharing because sharing is caring, and it's all for my amusement. It's a bit of fun, but if it helps you along the way, that is the intent behind it. Stress the in, because that is also incorporated into this. You've got the in. Is there any room at the in? That's entirely down to you. It depends whether you have the open mind, and you can lose these two. Let these two fall away and allow this black diamond, as it were. The diamond is also there. Between the IXXI of this trauma center, this duality realm. Well, I think that's given you a new fresh perspective. So I'm going to say love to you all, because that is the strongest force, and that, of course, is heart-centered. It's within the embodiment. That's what this experience is here for. This planet, this snow globe, whatever way you want to think of it. Have fun, enjoy it. It's not all doom and gloom, unless you're still holding on to that and holding on to this and not allowing yourself to flower. That's what you're here for, to blossom, to bloom, to grow, spiritual growth. It's a garden. It can seem as hell or it can seem as heaven. It's your imagination, it's what you create in your minds that will... This is totally interactive. If you're on a higher frequency, the external will react and it will respond to that frequency, just as... I'm not going to say your names, you know who you are. Those that have recently messaged me, look at the timing, because we're in a realm of time. Everything is subject to time here, but you're on a certain vibration, a certain frequency. That's why we have come into contact, and you'll all find this. You'll find your tribe is another expression, is exactly the same thing. When you're on the right vibration, you'll match with others that are on the same vibration, and it'll open up whole new doorways. So yes, it is a symbol of death of sorts, but if you're holding on to the mortal concept of death, you'll get an apocalypse rather than epoch collapse, the end of an age, which implies the start of a new age. We're going towards Revelations. It's setting the scene for Genesis, the reset. That will come about the more of you that reset yourselves and find this within inside yourself. Right, we've talked for long enough now, 26 minutes now, wow. So love to all and have a beautiful, beautiful day.